Hello there, awesome people. What are you going to do to make today great? Here is the symbol of our Friday Friendship Club. We link together in community and say hello to everybody. And I'm pleased to see people doing that. Thank you so much for that. That's really appreciated. So today we're going to be talking, always linked to friendship, about how we can be kind to others by maybe sponsoring, or you could be donating, or you could even be giving a great gift to someone or yourself if you've always wanted to grow a certain type of tree, but you really can't do it. So many people have said, I'd love an olive tree, or I've never actually seen an olive tree. And this is a way, there's going to be lots of different parts to today's video, but there's going to be ways of how you can donate and sponsor an olive tree or any other tree here on my land, and in return you will get things back such as updates on the tree. And of course, if you come here in the right season, you can of course have the produce from that tree should you so wish. So it's a great idea. It's Christmas. I know we don't talk about Christmas yet. My birthday's December the 6th, and I refuse to talk about Christmas until that's over. But for you guys who like to get in early with ideas for Christmas presents, anniversary presents, birthday presents, this is a great idea for you. For only a small donation, you can choose a tree for yourself or someone else, or maybe you want to do it as a memorial tree for someone or something. So you can do whatever you like, and you will see later on in the video how we decorate the tree. You will have photos of the tree and so on and so forth. But apart from trees, you might not be interested in a tree. So there's also other ways to help us with our frugal projects via donation, either with PayPal or Patreon, which I've linked below. And both of those can be a one-off payment. Patreon is really more for continual payment, but you don't have to renew your payments. So it could be a one-off payment and you're finished, or a continual payment. Those who continue paying for a certain amount of time, I will read all the amounts and what you get for each amount. But if you continue, you get more perks for continuing. But if you want a one-off donation, that's fine. Now, what a lot of channels don't do is let you be in control of what your money is used for. So I particularly ask if you do a PayPal donation. Yes, I know some of you like it to be anonymous. You can still put a message. And I always ask, if you want it to go to something particular, then please say what you're interested in it being, whether it be for the garden, for the house, for an outbuilding project, for a tree, for some plants, whatever you want it to go to, please say. So you are in complete control of the donation. And don't worry if you can only donate a tiny bit. All those tiny bits, as you'll see in another clip I'm showing you, all those little bits add together and give me a great thing. So if you want a small project or big project, then it's all happening there, and I'm a channel where you will know exactly what your money went towards. So as I say, all the little donations all added together and got me one time many trees. And I always video and shout out, if you want, the person who donated and what the donation went for. So I'm going to show you lots of different clips today, and you'll see what money's gone to so far and what else your money can go towards. And we have the astute tourist in the house, so thank you for joining us. And so we will start with, I will read you, I wanted to actually put up my original video, but I've lost so much of my content I can't do it for you. So I've actually linked more videos below in relation to this. So if you want more information, there is a great video linked down below, which I couldn't pull up because I've lost so much footage. I've lost up to video 311 on my other channel. So I think before 311 I've lost, and I can't remember what number on this channel, but I've lost a lot from this channel. So basically, from that video, I luckily still had the words I was going to use. So I will read you that. And it basically said, your pledges will enable me to continue restoring, renovating and repurposing the outbuildings on our plot, and also to enable us to increase ways to add to our living off-grid, including such things as maybe more solar panels, more batteries, and so on and so forth. You can be involved on a personal level, joining me on my journey with your pledges. My gratitude for your hard-earned money will be shown with such things as personal messages, dedicating or naming a tree on our plot, and complimentary holiday accommodation for 2 nights up to 4 people, including a tour of the local stables in my village. I hope you'll feel as inspired as me. If you want to see more, click below. And there's a lot more content on my main channel, New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus, to show you far more of the projects. Okay, so basically, the things you can help with, these are examples. As I say, you're in control of what your money is used for. I like to call the first here my frugal life funding. And this is basically helping me garden and progress by funding those everyday needs such as gardening gloves, screws, nails, kitchen needs, seeds and more. So if you have a small donation, that's the kind of thing that you will be putting your money towards. The next level is, I like to call it progression with my mini projects. So this is basically fast tracking any current projects seen in my videos and or adding more fruit trees and other such things. The next amount would be things that I like to call off-grid life, additions, advancements and expansion. And this is basically adding to and upgrading the bigger things such as solar and other off-grid items. And then higher amounts donated, I like to call the bigger picture. And this is dreams enabled. Yes, funding on bigger projects, helping us begin projects that are currently sitting in our imaginations. So they're the wow features for the high donations. And I will go through in a minute the amounts you pay if it's patron. As I say, I do like PayPal donations as well. So either or, but I'll be going through after this little clip of the patron donations, how much you pay for each tier, and a bit more about that as to what gifts you get. That's the difference. Patron, you get nothing in return apart from my heartfelt gratitude, whereas patron, you do get some perks back. So it's up to you which you go for. The difference for me is patron, I get more of the money you donate. Did I say that right? PayPal, I get more of the money you donate. Patron, I get less because the patron agency keeps some of the money. And that's why I tend not to go for any other types of donation, because I've investigated thoroughly all the types of donation you can do. PayPal is what I get the most of the money you donate. Patron is the second best. And the reason I've gone for that as well is because then you can get your gratitude gifts. So if you want something in return, then go for patron. If you just want to donate and give me a larger amount, as in what I get to keep, then go for PayPal. So either way, whichever way you're happy to do. And as I say, there are links for both of those in the description below. So now I'm going to show you a little clip what we got with some of our last donations, and you'll see us first of all in a local garden centre and what we got with some of our donations. Then I'll come back and tell you the amounts for the patron tiers. Oh, the colours, pretty. Right.
This is a tree.
What tree is it?
Yeah.
What's that say? I wrote it on it.
No, you haven't.
That's the normal plum. It's a normal plum. What do you have now? That's the early peach.
No blossom, no one.
There was blossom till we drove with it.
There. Yeah, there's still blossom.
There's lots coming, and green, lots of green coming. Lots of green. Lots of green. Lots of green. Yep. What you got now?
This is your red plum. I think.
This is catering. No, that's the yellow one. That's the one he said to you is a big one, a big yellowy one. So they call that yellow plum. Whereas the first plum we showed was the normal plum for us, the Maskino. Oh, mind the top.
NEC, whatever that is. Or NEL.
Nectarine. Nectarine. Lots of blossom on that one. Like furry looking, that one, before it opens. Pretty. I love blossom. Right. That's another nectarine, is it?
That's the other nectarine, yeah.
Yeah, that's early. Beautiful. Ooh, more.
And this is the late peach.
Yeah, there's nothing else on that label. There is, but I can't read it. You got worm in the car. Well, we need him. It has strawberries, 6 strawberries and 6 basil. Basil.
That's the basils.
These have just been transplanted yesterday at the garden centre. So he sold them very cheaply to us because they don't normally sell them till he knows they've taken for sure.
That one's ready.
You can have it then. Taste it. Test. There's a few on there already on the other plants. Our first strawberry. Can't really say it's homegrown because we did grow it. Well,
Lovely. Try that.
that's good.
That's what we want.
Perfect. Yeah, there's more than that ready. And they don't do rhubarb, they don't do blackberries, and they don't do raspberries because they say it's far too hot in Cyprus, so we couldn't get those. So that's why we've got more trees we were going to get. Luckily now we have a volunteer, so guess what she's going to do on Monday? Dig 6 tree holes. So after lunch I'm going to go and mark out where I want them to go in our fruit forest. And I know, well, we were going to put these in the tyres, but now we're thinking of hanging them as they have strawberries on. So I'm going to figure out some sort of hanging for these. And the basil, he said keep them on the patio or nearby for another couple of weeks before putting them anywhere, transplanting them. So they will probably go some in our vertical garden and some elsewhere. So here are the 6 basil. And 6 strawberries. There's lots of strawberries on them already. And lots of new strawberries coming. So there you go. There's a little bit more idea of what it's all about. And as I say, if you want to sponsor a tree or donate money towards a tree, but more importantly, if you want to donate to a tree or sponsor a tree, then do look below at the video, because if you want to sponsor a tree, you'll be like, well, I don't know what trees you have. As I say, I lost the footage to my video previously where I show you all the types of trees that you can choose from to sponsor. So if you want to look at all of the trees, then look at the video link below, and it's in the Patreon space below. It says link to a video. So that's the one you want to look for. So I did promise you I would read out all the levels. As you saw, all the levels are named after wild flowers in Cyprus, and all those wild flowers are wildflowers that actually grow on my land, which was why I selected those ones. So the tier reward scheme, you start off at the first level is €5 per month. That's the field poppy. And for your €5 a month, as I say, you can stop at any time. For the first €5, you'll receive a thank you email. And of course, to do that, I would need your email on joining. At the end of 1 year of patron pledges received of the €5, or you can upgrade at any time, you will also get sent to you, as long as I've got your address, or I'll probably email one, I don't know yet, a poster of gratitude. So there's something for you. The next level is the stalkspill flower, and that is €10 per month. And for that, you'll receive a thank you email. So again, your email's required. And at the end of the first year of patron pledges received from you, you will also get the poster of gratitude. And in addition to those, you also get an annual newsletter emailed to you, things that may not be in my videos or future plans. And as you can see, I know a lot of people do Patreon and they do different things, different levels, which is fine, but sometimes you want things in lower levels. So for me, every level receives all the previous level items plus more. So the next level is €20 per month. So again, you'll get the thank you email, as long as I've got your email. And at the end of the first year, patron pledges receive the poster of gratitude, also the annual newsletter. And that is where you will get a tree named on our land. So with that one, so that one's €20 per month. And that is where, so if it's a birthday gift, you can, if you continue for a second month, third month, fourth month, you can change the name of the person. So if you want, you could be with me for 11 months, paying €20 a month, and you can change it each month as long as it's still you paying the money, and you can change the person's name. So you could cover quite a lot of birthdays in that respect. But note that as soon as you've stopped paying or you change the name, it can't revert back. So if your first person that you donated it to as their name for a birthday gift, they come a few months later, I'm not reverting it back again. So do think carefully on that one. And then for €50 a month, these are the rock rose level. You'll receive everything I've spoken of before. So that includes naming a tree on our land. You can also have, in addition, 2 nights complimentary stay on a different building on our property, Olive Farm Retreat, Cyprus. And that's bookable after 1 year of patron pledges received. So you can't just join, pay €50 a month and come. It's for the long-term people. And it must include a patron coming, and it is not transferable. So if the patron couldn't come at the last minute, then it's void, because it's not a way to just come for a free holiday for other people. It's for my patrons and their guests. During your stay, you will get a full garden tour of our land, plus a guided walk tour of our village of Sterico, and I'll take you to some abandoned houses and whatever else you want to see. And then the top tier is €100 per month. That's the everlasting sun gold flower. And for that, you'll receive absolutely everything that I've said so far. The 2-night complimentary stay will be in our hideaway self-catering, and that for this level will be up to 4 people with a welcome gift on arrival. And as I said before, it must include a Patreon. You will also have your name shown in my credits. During your stay, you will have the land tour, but I will also include a basic tutorial of any kind that we will agree on. So some of you might prefer craft tutorial, some of you might be more interested in solar, something to do with off-grid, some of you might want a gardening tutorial. So we'll agree that at the time on both parties' agreement, so it's suitable for whoever comes. So yes, that will be a garden tour with any basic tutorial. Again, you'll have a guided walking tour of our village, or we will see at the time, it depends on what horses are currently at the stables, but if it's possible, a guided tour on horseback if you want that for you or your guests. Now, the horse is complimentary for the patron, or the patron can switch one person, so it's not for the whole group, because we would still have to pay for it because the stables aren't anything to do with us. But as I say, that does depend on the time as to what horses are available. If they all happen to be pregnant at the time, then obviously that can't happen. So we can arrange that beforehand if you're coming for that. Patrons and other guests may join on horseback, but you would then have to pay the stables directly yourself for any additional guest, because as I say, we don't get it for free. So we would actually be paying for the patron or one person switch, but anyone else would have to pay directly for that. And as I say, dependent on time and what horses are available. So if you're interested in any of that, do contact me for any more information you want. And I've tried to be as generous as I possibly can. And I am quite pleased that I can give free accommodation at least, whereas I know some massive channels out there that have thousands of pounds or dollars or euros, whatever you want to say. They have thousands coming in with patrons, and what you get back, you might be a stay, but a discount stay. So basically you're paying for their property and to do the rooms up, but you can't stay in them for nothing, which I find quite terrible. Okay, so let's continue. So you saw us buying those first few trees, the 6 fruit trees. So here is us planting those trees. And I had a worker wire at the time, as I said at the end of that last clip. I had to work wire at the time. So, of course, they were going to enjoy being part of the journey of the trees and planting them. And they can watch my videos and watch them grow and know that they helped by planting them. Where are they going to go? We have the avocado tree at the start of our fruit food forest. Some olives. We have small carob. We have 2 quince that we grew from stones. More olives. Date palm, one of many. That's the upper area. Then we have this nice arch to walk through this tree into the main area with the hoogles to the right. At the fruit forest we have a small tree that we grew from an orange pip. The stones are marking where the new trees are going. We have small olives, new ones down the middle. The stones of the new ones here. Little mini fig tree. And then down this column already established are lemon and mandarin. And because we have the 4 stones here, we need to have the 2 peaches and the 2 nectarines together in this area. So we have another stone here, here, another one will go here, and then more olive trees, more lemon, more mandarin, another date palm. We have our 2 apricot trees that are on their last legs, but they will stay. We have 2 more little orange trees that we grew from pips. Have one here. And this is why we bought some new trees, because the ones I'm growing from pips take years to establish, and we need some more fruit now. And then the last 2 stones will be in this area. We have one here, and we have one here, and these would be the 2 plum trees. And this area is our mandarin tree and the apricot trees currently. So there's the apricot trees in blossom and the mandarin tree behind that big date palm. the late peach. Lots of new leaves opened up. Blossom is closing. We have a nectarine. Again, new leaves coming. Blossom's mostly gone on the top. Some leaves at the bottom. Some blossoms still on the bottom. That's a nectarine. And we have an early peach. This is the tallest of them all now. More leaves coming. Leaves at the top here. It's 2 stems in a V. So I know how to prune trees. You need a nice air gap up the middle. It's just we've tied it tight to the pole for now to stabilise it in the wind. Blossom's mostly gone now from this one. And yes, lower branches will eventually be taken away, but this is not the time of year to do that. We'll let it settle this year and prune it out from the bottom next year. Then we have another nectarine. This one's quite small, nearly up to my shoulders to give you an idea of height. Again, very healthy. I put some manure in the bottom when I planted these and used my homegrown compost to mix. The soil dug out went to other areas. And then much further down I have planted 2 plums with the help of my volunteer, who was the one going backwards and forwards right up the other end of the land to get the manure and collecting compost, mixing it all in and de-weeding it while she made the holes. So this has got a side shoot coming out couple of places, but it's quite short. This is just up to my waist. This is a yellow plum. I don't know how well you can see it. It's got nice green stems, so the shoots coming out, and eventually you'll need to take all the side ones out and anything crossing over and keep the middle clear. If you want to know how to do it more precisely, then look at my olive pruning videos, because it's exactly the same method for fruit trees. It's basically, you want 3 main stems, 1 main stem coming up, and then you can have 2 more off of it to make the 3. So it's like a wine glass effect, if you like, or in my case a cocktail glass. And then don't let any inner shoots like these come out. As I say, I'm not pruning them now till it settles in. So you take these ones out if you can see them in the middle, and any additional ones coming out the bottom, and then the main shoot, the main trunk, wherever it gets to
height you want. It's like tomato plants where you pinch the top out, you just snip, and only use secateurs. Don't use big lopping tools because they're too harsh for young trees. So just secateurs, do a diagonal cut and they should be fine. Also, always clean whatever you cut with between trees, because first of all you don't want to transpose anything, and also if there is any form of disease or anything or bugs, then you will move them on to the next tree. And then the final one is a purple plum tree. And this one is just up to my nose. Quite a long one. This is the biggest tree. It didn't have much blossom on it. And again, we will be taking off these bottom runners. But never do that when you first plant a tree out. Just let it settle. There's quite a few at the bottom there. I want to keep most of the trees quite small. This one will probably be the largest of all, being a plum tree. Being a plum tree, you want them to go quite big. Obviously that's why it's over this area, it's not going to block anything at all. We have mandarins, oranges, lemons, apricots, carrots, a few more olives, date palms. That's a little update on our new fruit trees. Again, thank you to those who donated. I saved all the small amount of donations, which to me is a huge amount added together, and this is what bought these. And my 6 strawberry plants, which I haven't hung yet, and also 6 basil. So thank you again for that.
So I hope you enjoyed those clips. As I say, I just said at the end there that that was totally bought on donations. So yes, a big thank you from my heart. And I feel trees are, or all plants, are like friends. You wouldn't neglect them. Yes, if you leave them alone, they'll try and do their best and struggle on in the situ they've been put in. But you need to nurture them and care for them and tend to them very much like friends. And this was the basis of why Friday Friends Group, our Friday tree here, Friday Friendship Club, that I do my tree of community friendship, because we have to nurture our friends. Don't just ignore them. Go and check on them, see how they're doing. And that's how I started my tree of community friendship. So there you go. And don't forget that last clip there. If you liked the graphics and how I designed it all, you too can make StreamYard clips like that and put them on your StreamYard lives. So all you need to do is click on my link below, and that will give you a credit, and you must do it before starting StreamYard. You will get a $10 credit or the equivalent once you've spent $25 or more. So if you're considering doing a StreamYard live where you can add graphics like that and do all sorts of things with your payment, then that's the way to go. Look in the link below, click on my discount code for StreamYard. And I thank you very much for doing that. And don't forget, I'll leave you with my saying, if you love somebody, don't write it in a heart, because hearts can be broken. Write it in a circle, because circles go on forever. Don't forget to check out my other channel too, New Beginnings, My Everyday Life in Rural Cyprus, and I hope to see you there. Bye guys, thank you so much for being here. Always here for me, and I thank you so much. See you next time.